Hands out, and here we are. It's any way you slice it. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jason Flom. He's been a naughty boy. He let his knickers down. This is Peter Thiessen.
Good one.
Yeah. Magical Mystery Tour. That's what we're doing today. We did Sergeant Pepper. Was it last week?
A couple weeks ago.
Hasn't been released yet.
Maybe it has been a
It's
week.
still in the editing process.
It's rare at this point. It's collectible.
So that'll be out soon. Well, probably by the time you see this, right? Hopefully. Because we want to go in order, and this would be next. This was later in 1967. We're going to tell you what we think of it. Mm-hmm. Go through the songs, all that good stuff. Oh, by the way, Bryson, we have your
I know
Magical
Bryson.
Mystery Tour out.
I do know a Bryson in Tacoma, but he's way too young to.
Yeah, and there's Bryson's music reviews on YouTube. He's a buddy of ours.
That's true too.
Yeah. He does some good albums too.
Yeah.
He reviews albums like who else reviews the Beach Boys' Friends? Man, I love that album. Mm-hmm. So he does cool albums.
Well, if you're a Beach Boys fan, that's a big album.
Yeah, it is. Really big Beach Boys fan. True. Otherwise, you wouldn't know that album. Yeah. Anyway, so what do we got here? We got...
well, it's yellow. It's got animals on it.
There's no submarine, though. So show off your vinyl. Show the special 4-page booklet you have.
This came with a special 20...
Well, it's supposed to be 24 pages.
Yeah, but this is my...
He has the abridged version.
This is my this is my deluxe edition right there. Everything else is ripped out.
See, you don't have the picture of Paul in front of the sign that says "I was."
Yeah.
Because Paul's dead.
I looked that up. Once they got someone real to sing and play bass, they sounded great. Once after he died, right?
Yeah.
So I want to go on the record first saying that I think this ends up being like the one that everybody just kind of feels like that's another Beatles album. Well, that's kind of between Pepper and the White Album. Mm-hmm. It's that album. It's just another album. Good.
Like I've thrown together like half compilation, half movie soundtrack.
I've never heard anybody really talk smack about it, but it's kind of like people are a little unexcited about. And you know, the Sgt. Pepper thing is just prestigious, of course, and it was the first in the run, really, and it was just huge in every way. Just the making of the album cover and all that, you know. And I know that side B is a bunch of singles and A-sides, but I mean, Beatles A-sides and B-sides
Could you get any better than that?
Are sometimes better than stuff on the album.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Which is why they released it as a single.
So it's like, dude, for me, and I do have a handful of friends that have, for years, this was my go-to. This is my favorite. When someone said, "What's your favorite Beatles?" Well, I don't really like to answer that question for most groups. Really, it's too hard. But I said this forever, and now it's just another album. No, I'm joking.
Did you get some weird looks when you would say that?
Hell no.
Really?
A lot of people agree with me, but a lot of people I've realized over the years think it's just another album. But I gotta say, the mood and the flow of this one for me is so consistent, and it doesn't really have a straight up Indian George Harrison song, and the Paul McCartney songs that are like Your Mother Should Know. It's a little less soft shoey, like When I'm 64.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know. There's a consistency and a flow to this, and for me, most of all, there's a mood that saturates the album that's just kind of dark, and I don't know, to me it just has a depth, you know, and I love the production. I love the sound of it. I love the sound of this in particular. This is a mono American, I think.
It's definitely American.
It sounds so good. Mono.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I feel about it. That's how I've always felt about it. And now I can't really have a favorite because every album is just monumental.
Yeah.
But forever, this always hit me as a really strong, moody, great flowing album. So.
And like you were saying earlier before we were rolling tape, when you're a kid and you hear this, you're not even really aware, like, well, Penny Lane was a single and stuff.
Yeah.
To you, it's just a Beatles album.
Yeah, it's on the album. And these days especially, this is an album. It doesn't matter if the songs were originally A or B sides or whatever, you know. Mm-hmm. This is an album at this point, and to me, it's just absolutely amazing. What do you think, or what did you think? What do you think about his album? Comparatively, I guess.
I've always kind of took this album for exactly what it is, which is side A is a film soundtrack, and side B is a compilation. But with that said, those two sides are amazing and they work well together.
Yeah, I don't really hear a difference in the quality to where I would think that side A is different than B. To me, it sounds like a bunch of great Beatles songs mixed up. Some of the coolest stuff is, I mean, Fool in the Hill into Flying Blue Jay Way and Your Mother Should Know. That is oh my God, that to me, that is just a power punch. That's just mood after mood after mood right there.
Yeah, but to me, the highlight of this album are the actually four Lennon songs.
Yeah?
Because first of all, you can't beat Strawberry Fields Forever, one of the greatest songs ever, period. End of discussion. I Am the Walrus. I call that the kitchen sink song. Just any sound you can imagine, it's coming at you. The laughs, the hoo hoo hoo, hee hee, all that. It's a sound collage. That's what that song is. A psychedelic sound collage. Baby, You're a Rich Man, I've always loved. And All You Need Is Love. So those are the four Lennon songs.
A great thing about this album with the flow and the mood for me, Magical Mystery Tour has to kick it off, and then it's Full Flying Blue Jay and Your Mother Should Know. To me, that is just like a bunch of really great moody songs right in a row. But then the album's not over there. Side B isn't just some filler and like maybe one or two good songs, or kind of like on Rubber Soul, they put a couple of what they thought were the weaker songs towards the end of side B, I think. And you know what I mean? Yeah. This is like, no, it just keeps on coming, and it's insane. It just keeps on growing and growing. Mm-hmm. So that's probably part of the flow that gets me, like, it keeps me till the end.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing, and we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about the release really quick.
So we got, what's that say?
Someone's name.
Does it say Justin?
It might.
We got Justin's CD here.
And Bryson's album. So come and get them, guys.
Obviously, I don't buy things new. So.
So the release, it came out in America first. This one I'm holding up is, like we discussed, soundtrack side A. Side B would be the A and B sides that they had released like in the last year. Mm-hmm. And in England, they released 2 EPs of just the movie soundtrack. But Capitol didn't think that would work in America, so they put out this one instead.
Well, they knew.
Yeah, this is the one we're going to be talking about.
They knew they could get sales for a whole album too. I mean,
yeah, exactly. So,
and I like this cover.
Oh, by the way, I remembered something. We were looking at this earlier, trying to figure out who's who, and I just remembered Paul is the Black Walrus. Of course, he's not like the others. You know why?
He's the leader at this point.
No, because he's dead.
Oh, that's right. He's dead. He's dead. Paul was here.
Yeah. Yeah. There's all kinds of clues that Paul died. They're messing with our heads. I know they are.
You're really into this Paul's dead thing.
Yeah. Yes, I am. Maybe we should do a whole episode just on that.
Yep, we probably should.
Okay. Paul isn't dead. He never died, but it's fun to look at all the clues that they gave us. There's some picture inside. Maybe, I don't know. You have the abridged booklet, but
I definitely have
Paul
the abridged booklet.
Has a black carnation. There it is. Look. How come his is black and there?
He has the black one.
See?
Why is he barefoot? Why is he the only one smoking? He was always,
Mm-hmm.
He's always got to be special.
He did have a good-looking corpse.
Mr. Special. So, I think out of the new songs, the first one they started on was Magical Mystery Tour, right? Correct?
Yeah, they did that in April '67. They had Paul. This is Paul's brainchild. This whole concept, this film that they did. He had the idea. I mean, America had the electric Kool-Aid acid test. The merry pranksters going across the United States. Neil Cassidy at the wheel, taking acid, having experiences. Ken Kesey wrote a book about it. Well, they did kind of their own thing here.
And by the way, is more than any other album, I think there was a lot of acid going on.
Oh, this is...
they were stoned and they were...
It's a big thing to say that this is the Beatles' biggest drug album.
Yeah.
It shows in a lot of places, too. But yeah, it was Paul's idea, this whole Magical Mystery Tour caravan going across, I guess, England.
Yeah.
The countryside and stuff. And so they did record that title track in April. And then it was kind of not forgotten about, but just kind of put on the back burner. Mm-hmm. They had other things to do, like the whole All We Need Is Love television broadcast, and
If I remember right, after Magical, they did a couple songs that didn't really.
they did an instrumental that didn't get anywhere.
The instrumental, and then they did, My Name, and
Yeah.
that ended up not making it, right? And then their tracking led up to All You Need Is Love, video shoot, right?
Mhm.
The TV
Yep,
thing.
yep.
And then Brian died right after that, or right before that? Right after
Brian
that?
died after that.
And then they kind of regrouped, and then they took on the rest of those songs, I think, and finished
Yeah.
up.
Also around that time, they released All You Need Is Love single, backed with Baby You're a Rich Man. Okay, so again, what an A and B side there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you talked about last week. We want to do a show just on their singles because there's so many good songs to talk about.
See, at this point, they released Baby You're a Rich Man and All You Need Is Love. But they're thinking of it as there's a 7-inch single, right? And those are non-album tracks. But they included it on the next album that was coming out months later. These days, it would be like a single released for the album beforehand, which is like almost like what people have to do to keep attention building.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, Baby You're a Rich Man, I don't know. The track list, I feel people talk about that it's just a bunch of leftovers. And it's like the best leftovers you've ever heard before, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And those two, I mean, I think it's awesome that they're on here.
Yeah, without a doubt.
There's some really, really great songs on Past Masters 2 and 1, but especially on 2, that I don't hear enough because they're not on an album. Every once in a while, like, okay, time to put Past Masters on because there's half a dozen killer songs I never really hear on the albums, So I'm glad they're on here, personally.
Yeah, definitely.
And I wasn't there at the time, so I wasn't let down that I already owned those on a 7-inch,
Yeah.
So
Let's talk about All You Need Is Love for a second because that was a huge moment for them. Peter's got a picture on his fridge of them recording it. So this was like June 25th, 1967. Pepper had just came out, and they do this worldwide broadcast. 4 million people. I didn't know there were 4 million people on Earth in 1967, but that's a lot of people. That's huge.
Yeah.
So they do, and they're recording live in front of their friends and people. So, and 4 million people on TV. So imagine they had to be nervous. And I heard that George was really nervous about doing a solo. And
now we know why, because
he told the cameramen, I should say, not to show him because he didn't want to even be more nervous.
Oh, really?
So I'd have to watch it to see if they
Oh,
showed him.
I'll have to watch it to see.
Yeah, exactly. But he did mess up the song.
So he's probably thinking that I could redo it later if I need to. If you don't.
But they never did. That's the weird thing.
Yeah, it's like he gets to a certain point in the solo, and then it just stops.
And I heard that Lennon messed up a lyric, but I listened to it and I couldn't find one.
Yeah.
So it's not super noticeable. But everything was live except the drums. Obviously, their vocals were live, all those ad libs at the end.
And originally, it wasn't. I don't think it was gonna be live at all. Originally, that wasn't the plan. Isn't this Is it Ken Scott?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Ken Scott. The first thing he did with him, right?
Yeah.
Was this?
Yeah. So, tape starts to roll, and I guess the first thing George Martin did was there was a bottle of whiskey on the control table. He took it and put it down, and yeah, there it was transmitted in front of 4 million people, and it went off really super well. I always picture Mick Jagger in the crowd clapping his hands, singing along, and there were members of the Who and people like that there too.
Isn't it funny in the old days, like you always hear George Martin, didn't really approve of what they were doing when they were, dipping off and smoking their marijuana cigarettes.
Yeah.
But like he'll right out in the open, he'll be drinking something there where he could have a car wreck on the way home and kill a family. I mean, like alcohol's on another level from weed.
I'm sure George sobered up before he drove.
It's kind of. I'm just saying, it's kind of interesting.
He probably had a limo take him home.
My grandma was the same way. I'd come in the kitchen and she'd be like, she'd hide her little whiskey in the cupboard. So me as a kid, I couldn't see it, but I knew what she was doing. But I remember her talking. Those boys are smoking marijuana. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you were
I remember,
a boy though. You young impressionable mind.
Yeah.
But you weren't smoking marijuana. That's the thing.
No, I just remember her talking about people and seeing things on TV and really condemning drugs. But
smoking the dope.
Towards the end of her life, she had a little trouble. She had a hard time walking at the end of the day. She was, So weed, whoa, crazy weed drug.
I
you know.
know, I know. Okay, so yeah, all you need is love. It's definitely worth checking. Everybody out there's seen it. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Good period of time right there. That's the beginning of the Summer of Love, and that was the song of 1967, the Summer of '67. So
It was the
then,
number one single,
yes,
and that's the last live-ish thing they did for a while, right?
yeah,
For a while till Rooftop.
Rooftop. By the way, what we're gonna get to that Rooftop performance is incredible.
Yeah,
That
it
was
is good.
good. That was really good. Really good. Can't wait to get to that.
And it's totally live. Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they were good. Yeah.
That is completely live. So the summer goes on. They go to India because why not? And they find out that their manager Brian Epstein has died. The word was prescription pill overdose.
More drugs.
Legal drugs, though. He just took too many of them. Sleeping pills.
That's what I'm saying. Legal's not necessarily better.
Not when you do 80 of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he passed away, so they come home and they kind of regrouped, and they needed something to keep their mind off things, so they went headfirst into this Magical Mystery Tour idea that Paul had. And Paul is kind of like, they don't have a manager anymore. Paul's kind of,
Paul is
he's the leader now.
He's all powerful, but people don't always want that in a democracy. And so, like, this is the legend that this is where they started to kind of disagree and
Some have called it the beginning of the end.
resent Paul a little bit at times, probably for being too pumped and pushy and
Paul being Paul.
knowing he knew what he wanted to do. So
He was still coming up with the goods, though. I'll tell you that. So they went ahead and recorded what is known now as Side A of Magical Mystery Tour. So what is there? 6 songs. We'll go through them. We're gonna list. We did this with Sgt. Pepper. We listened to it. We put this on pause. We listened to it, and then we give you our instant reaction. So you want to hear that first song, Peter?
yeah, let's do it up. I got more to say when I can hear the music.
Yeah. Okay.
So
It's the invitation song.
it's got trains or cars and sound effects and
I think that's the bus.
Trumpets.
It's the Magical Mystery Tour.
it's
Yeah.
got trumpets. It's like the first thing that hits me when it starts is that snare. It's nice and bright and it's compressed. You can hear the room sound. It's being compressed so hard that you're kind of hearing the room sound come out of it a little bit. And it sounds fucking awesome and chunky. And it is the chunkiest. I think Magical Mystery Tour, the song, at this point was the best sound quality. They probably had the fullest. They're doing stuff in their kick drum at this point too. Micing it up in the drum, compressing it a lot, deadening it, So the drums in this album are badass.
Yeah, so are the vocals, the background vocals in particular. I just hear like 15 John Lennons singing that
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
It's ridiculously catchy. It's
He
like
just
it's
had
an
it-
earworm.
He just had that cutting voice that just, it's so crazy. He was insecure about
Oh
his voice.
man, some of my favorite background vocals are from John Lennon, without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's a great album opener.
And every time the verse starts, I feel like they're pushing the tempo. They kind of push the tempo. Feels like it's definitely done on purpose. It's kind of cool. It's a really cool arrangement. I mean, they were just doing whatever they wanted to. Some of the things I read were George Martin was not totally into some of the stuff they were trying to do, but they're running the show at this point, really.
Oh yeah.
So that song's great, and we just listened to a little ending where
Jazz Odyssey.
it sounds like Janice Odyssey on the Phantom of the Park stage.
Yeah.
But there's some clinker notes when it first goes into it there, but it's still got a really cool. That is definitely the jazziest section of any Beatles song right there.
And it just hits out of nowhere, and you feel like it could go on for 5-10 minutes.
And it's not jazzy like Glenn Miller, like some of the Paul McCartney stuff. It's jazzy like John Coltrane all of a sudden, and it sounds like McCoy Tyner or something right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool, and that outro of that song is so cool and moody, and for me leads into the next few songs. I just love the mood of it.
Okay, A Fool on the Hill. You want to listen to it, or you want to talk about it?
Do it up, bro. To me, one of my favorite Beatles tunes, and like it sounds like woodwinds and stuff in there. I feel like their orchestrations at this point are just really, really tops. You know,
Oh yeah.
really mood,
Mhm.
just really.
Yeah, that is a moody track. Very visual. Of course, we all can picture the visuals because we've seen the video from the movie. And I was telling Peter when I was playing, like that's when I think of that movie. You know,
Yeah, the music video clips.
I think of the
Yeah,
Penny Lane and stuff like that.
Yeah, who needs the movie? Those music
Yeah.
video clips, though, awesome.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah, Hello Goodbye.
That song eventually picks up into the doots, doots, like a quarter note pulse. Boots, 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 doots. Really cool groove. Really cool.
Pure
groove.
McCartney. Pure McCartney.
And really cool that they're like Simadonna after the Magical Mystery Tour thing. You know what I mean? Really cool. That first song winds down right into Foolin' Hill. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, great song.
Yeah.
What else can you say? Flying. I don't think we have to listen to it.
Let's hear it.
You want to hear it? Okay.
I love flying.
Okay.
For me, I guess to some people who were kind of skipping through the albums and looking for the hits, if they're maybe just getting into the group, but maybe that's a throwaway song. But to me, that is a badass funky groove, and I think he's playing brushes. Sounds like
It very well could be.
a French horn sounds like comes in and just
I
plays
love that. Yeah,
has
that's,
that dorky awesome sound. Like
yeah,
God,
that
I
perfect
love
way
it.
to describe it.
I love it. And then the vocals come in, and they're not even cool. They're like la da da da, like amazing. It's just the mood is
All
just.
fits together.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love the mood of that, and it's kind of like, it's kind of psyched out, but it's just kind of groovy. It's like a blues pattern.
It's exactly a blues pattern. Yeah.
It is.
It's
Well,
just
does it
played
go?
in-
I don't know if it goes 5/4. Like it's sort of an altered blues. It sounds like to
Yeah.
me. Like it's different chords maybe.
They're making their own blues.
Yeah.
Your blues.
I
their
love it.
blues.
I love the way the chords come in. I love that there isn't words. Fuck words. I think that's awesome.
It's their first instrumental.
I've always loved flying. No, there's words on it. I mean, there's
I
excuse
mean,
me.
it's considered.
There's lyrics.
Where are the lyrics on this lyric sheet?
It's not. It's not an instrumental.
You don't think so?
No, it has vocals all over it.
Certain songs like "Fire on High" by ELO's an instrumental, but there's some vocals. You know what I mean? I mean, there's no verses and things. You know, there's certain instrumentals that have vocals in some form. You know, so I don't know. It's not Love
To
Thing
me,
from
it
Kiss.
can't have a that's an instrumental.
Yeah. But it's definitely part of the movie soundtrack.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I think they were showing some Stanley Kubrick 2001 Space Odyssey outtakes when they showed that on the film.
Yeah.
But yeah.
In this case, movie soundtrack or not, I mean, I collect Ennio Morricone records. It's awesome. You know what I mean? Stuff in movies is great sometimes. You know, it just depends. I mean, how what's that? What's the Once Upon a Time in the West? God, that's a great Ennio Morricone album. Have you heard that?
No.
It's
Oh,
like
I know.
it's after
Just
that
from
one.
you doing that, I
It's
know.
after, but it's got Harmonica Man, which is what the whole intro for School Supertramp is absolutely ripped straight off
okay.
from. It's pretty much pretty much exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, so I love soundtracks, and if that's a soundtrack, I never thought of it like that. I had this album way before I watched the movie, you know. So to me, that's just a chill tune.
Yeah. Very chill. Very relaxing. Blue Jay Way. Harrison's entry into the album.
Blue Jay Way.
Yeah. Okay, so the first thing I think of is the last album. Harrison had the big, profound, deep meaning within you, without you. You know, life goes on within you and without you. Now, this is just a song about being impatient about some guys coming up to his place. That's all it is.
But it's very
Nothing deep about
succulently
it.
creepy. You know, it's
Yeah.
like the mood on that song is a mile wide. I mean, it is so moody and eerie and weird in that organ tone, like you were talking about. That is a great
Yeah.
organ tone they have dialed
It's
up
like
there.
church organs.
And then I love that when the rhythm section kind of comes in, it's slower. You know, like they're taking their time. Boom, 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 and it's like a kind of a tribal Indian groove. You know, when they do Sound at the Fair every year, there's 2 Native American days, and it's a lot of going. It's either quarter note or eighth note the whole time, pretty much, and that's what it reminded me of, kind of an Indian downbeat thing. But his lyrics, pretentiously psychedelic, sort of, in a dark, weird, mysterious way. I love it. It's so creepy, and
Yeah.
I love it.
The first line, "There's a fog upon L.A." You could just picture that. Like, his vocals sound
Upon
like
the
fog.
lake?
Yeah.
L.A.
I thought that was L.A.
Oh, I thought you said lake. Okay.
Oh no, L.A. Yeah, because he wrote it. Blue Jay Ways in the Hollywood Hills. He's waiting for, I think, his publicist and maybe some other people to come over.
Yeah, he's writing down train of thought stuff.
Yeah, why not? He's George Harrison.
I just love it. And I just love that they put that, the Fool in the Hills, kind of dark, although it becomes uplifting when it goes boom chuck a little bit. But then Flying, Blue Jay Way, just the darkness there. You know what I mean? And they're not afraid to like put those songs up front because they're the Beatles. It just, yeah.
Oh,
amazing.
there's some light coming. We'll get there. Okay, your mother should know. Okay.
To me, they were just getting better and better with every album that came, and their background vocals are getting more original and individual as every album goes on. Early on they kind of had a pattern.
Oh yeah.
Paul's probably thinking, well, I'll go up and sing the fifth and blah blah blah. And here they're just getting so creative.
Even the second the song starts, you hear a piano and you hear these eerie voices.
There's a lot of beautiful organ, piano, keyboards on this album. So far the songs are just dominated by keyboards of some kind. Fuck, I love it. That's probably part of the texture, Not that I don't love guitar, but
Even though it sounds like there's just a grand piano going on during the song too, there's all these weird elements going on.
Yeah. The thing I noticed about all these songs so far is, I was going to mention it in the last song, but the strings, when you hear strings come in or when you hear a horn, the orchestrations are more like part of the Beatles. It feels like there's a glue happening. It's not like George did a crazy arrangement that sits on top. It's like really like part of the song in a really like intertangled way. Like, I don't know. It's just what am I saying? The horn arrangements are less pretentious. Like, some of them are kind of over the top on Sgt. Pepper, and on here they're just a beautiful part of the song.
Yeah.
A little cello or whatever that comes in there, and it's just, I could not hear that song without that.
Was there ever a band that cared more about what the listener was going to hear? You know what I mean? They were pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they were doing it just for themselves, but still, they cared about what sounds they were going to be putting in their music. And good segue into the next song, because the next song has everything. I love it. Let's listen to it first. It goes straight into that verse. Wow.
Yeah, I'm the Walrus. I mean, just total masterpiece.
Groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And to this day, on the radio, it's like, shh, everyone quiet. Crank this up. It's just amazing.
67, 68, by far my favorite Lennon period. He was just at the top of his game. Maybe not as prolific as, say, Paul, but he came up with the goods when he did come up with something. The last Lennon song I even remember that was kind of like, I don't know about that, was Dr. Robert, maybe? Or what was that last song on Rubber Soul with the really...
I can't remember.
The song "Run for Your Life."
Run for Your Life. Yeah,
like,
I was gonna actually get it.
Since then, he is like on another planet.
Yeah, I mean, because really the only songs he has on here is Walrus. Oh yeah, Strawberry Fields too. Walrus, Strawberry Fields, Baby, and All You Need Is Love. Those are like 4 tour de force, not just Beatles, but 60s songs. Like, those are
God.
Yeah. So it's really the first time you hear straight up distortion like that on a Beatles song. And he's trying to get the engineers to do something for his vocals. Is this the one where he said, I want it to sound like a guy on the moon or something like that? I think it might be. Is it this song?
Yeah.
So,
and they didn't know what he was talking about, and then he couldn't really articulate it either.
They tried some stuff, but they chose distortion, and that's affected vocals
The guy on the
till
moon.
this week. Like everyone wants some distortion on their vocals, some saturation. You know, I mean, that's indie rock 101 right there. All right, let's mix the album. First thing, distort those fucking vocals. That's seriously right there
Yeah.
is where it's.
That's where it began.
Yeah.
The Beatles
And
creating indie rock.
his ridiculous kind of poetry rollicking through that song is just every twist and turn it goes. It's so fun to listen to every time.
Yeah. It's weird. I was in my car today and I was interrupted by a Santa parade that was going down the street.
It's a good story.
And I was listening to the making of this album, and they were talking about, with that as my visual, they were talking about how Lennon took acid over 2 separate weekends and wrote the lyrics to this song. And yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Also, he had read or heard through the grapevine or whatever that his old school, I don't know if it was elementary school or what it was, but they were studying his lyrics
Really?
in class. So he also decided to give them something to really boggle their minds. So yeah, I am the walrus. A lot of literary references in the song. But yeah, I love it.
The like I was mentioning in that last song, the arrangements that are on top, it's like they're so cool and they're such an important but like unpretentious part of the song. When you hear that first, it's really the second, Days of Future, the second Moody Blues album, and you hear the band like Peak Hour. There's some great songs in that album, and then when the orchestra comes in, it literally sounds like fanfare shit the whole time. You know what I mean? Not that I really dislike it a lot, but it sounds like an orchestra written by an orchestra guy, orchestra arrangements written for this rock band. And this, the strings and stuff that they're using at this point, to me, they just feel like they're just part of the band. And that's perfect, they're all just worked into between the lyrics, and you know what I mean?
Moody Blues hater over here.
Yeah, fuck them. No.
Go
no.
now.
Go. I love Moody Blues.
No,
but
they're
I gotta say the arrangements on that album, Nights of White Satin, that arrangement, what could be better than that? But there's some stuff on there where it's like, some of the stuff is kind of like there's this cute little orchestra stuff happening on top of a rock band, which some of my favorite songs on there are just the rockers, like Peak Hour. Have you heard Peak Hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Well, that's
tune.
my favorite Moody Blues album.
Yeah. I do love a lot of their albums, and I do think that they worked the orchestra in. I'm going to say better, but that's just for me. I like what they did with the orchestra with Moody Blues as things went on a little bit, but.
Yeah.
But at this point, man, Ringo's drumming, the sound, they're just compressing the drums so hard, but they're compressing them in a nice, tight way. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm a walrus.
Ringo really had
Amazing.
a groove here. I watched some of Ringo's parts of a couple shows with Steve from Toto.
Lukather?
With Steve Lukather, and Paige was there too. I mean, it's a couple guys from Toto, I think, on that tour. And then they did a little part where it was Hold the Line, some other stuff. It was cool. But even when they did like Beatles songs and stuff, Greg Bissonette was there doing all the drum fills. And anytime there was like any kind of tricky kick drum or anything at all, Ringo even just stops playing sometimes and lets Greg take a drum fill. Ringo,
He has nothing to prove.
But at this point, dude, Ringo was groovy, They talk about him. There's that joke, what's that joke where like Ringo was really lucky or something like that? What is that? There's a joke about that.
He's been called one of the luckiest guys who
Yeah.
ever lived.
I'll just say, a lot of people say Ringo was lucky.
Yeah.
But he has a groove, he really has a groove.
There's nobody better suited for the Beatles than Ringo. Even personality wise and looks wise, the goofy looking one, if you want to say, the big nose and everything.
Yep.
So that concludes the movie soundtrack side. So we flip it over, and now we have the A and B sides. America Got on their portion of the album. So Hello Goodbye kicks it off. And want to listen to this happy little number?
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Okay. If we're smiling, it's because we're watching the video while we were listening to it. And
I mean, obviously that was a single, and such a really great upbeat tune. I mean, great to start side
let's talk
too.
about that video for a second. I've never seen four guys. How can I say this?
You've never seen four guys?
They look so bored, but they're having fun. Does that make sense? They're in their pepper outfits.
Filming a video.
They look, yeah, that's exactly it. They look bored, but you can tell they're having fun. Probably high out of their minds. It's a fun video. to
It's
watch.
really a perfect Paul McCartney pop song for radio. You
That's exactly it. It's
know?
it's a pop song.
Yeah.
Happy sounding.
There's a lot of really great things in the arrangement too, like boom, 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 boom. There's these lines happening all the time, and then he starts walking a lot on bass too, as the song starts to kind of propel a little bit more.
You know, lyrically, it's a song of contradictions. Maybe that's what they were going for in the video, like looking bored but having a good time. See, that's what it was.
It's a great one. After so much darkness, I think it's placed really well. You know,
It's one of those songs you can't hear it once without it being stuck in your head for at least the next hour. It's a great song.
it's undeniable. Songs like do 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 da 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 or whatever, please or something like that. It's like that. It's a little bit silly lyrically, but perfect for that type of pop song. You know, and what they're doing with the instrumentation is just really keeps it cool. I think, you know.
All right, let's listen to probably top 3 Beatles songs. Okay. What a wacky video that is.
It's an amazing song, but we're watching on YouTube and the video comes up, and it's a darker video than the song feels to me. It's kind of a dark, weird video.
Right.
Truly psychedelic.
They just learned how to reverse things in the video.
Yeah, Paul jumps up.
Yeah.
Way cool. But dark. I mean, part of this video is actually in the dark.
Yeah.
Strawberry Fields. I'm just thinking afternoon. I don't know. But.
And do you want to hear the
cool
Paul
video,
is
so.
dead theory on this song?
Let's hear it. He turned the lights out on his life.
Well, no, towards the end, almost the very end of the song, you hear Lennon say something. I think it's Lennon say something that sounds like, "I buried Paul."
Oh gosh.
He says that he's saying cranberry sauce,
Yeah.
but it
Probably
sounds
is.
like "I buried Paul."
Huh.
Because Paul's dead.
Yeah.
You know that. Okay.
That guy.
But the song is just absolutely Lennon's best lyrics. I'm just saying it right now. Incredible lyrics.
And the stars of the song really are the things that hit me the most are the mellotron flutes sound and Ringo's drum fills, the toms.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? Those are that's what I'm really listening for. And it's all magical, but those for me, those are kind of the stars of the track, you know.
He had more drum fills, I feel like, than straight beats, like on this album and even Pepper.
Yeah.
And Pepper had some really good straight beats, but
Yeah.
he's the master of the drum fills. You know, Day in the Life is all drum fills. Strawberry Fields. I mean, like I said, Lennon's best lyrics. That's the highlight for me are his vocals and the words he's singing, and all the sounds you're hearing. Perfect sound collage.
Yeah.
Perfect. Love it.
Amazing tune.
Okay, what about your next number here that you love?
I don't. I do like Penny Lane, but it's not better.
Okay.
I just don't do betters. but
Okay.
Penny Lane.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
They probably just stuck footage together that was taken for the movie.
All right.
So there's a lot of stuff happening in that. The really awesomely controlled snare and drum sounds. They're really, everything pivots around that beat. It's kind of up tempo, but it's kind of like medium. And
it's very happy sounding.
it's another really great Paul song, but it's got really cool like Fender Rhodes down there in the background with the chords, but it sounds like there's kind of like a little bit of a chorus or a flange on them. Of course, it's got his awesome walking bass lines. It's just the other side it's what made him so good. It's what made an album like this so powerful that, they have Hello and they have Walrus and Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane all together, It's just like all encompassing, just a perfect group that can put out not really just something for everybody, but hit you with the different moods you need to keep you engaged through an album,
Absolutely.
and keep you just pumped as every song unfolds. So,
and we should have mentioned Penny Lane, the A side, Strawberry Fields, the B side, both songs by Paul and John. Nostalgic looks at,
wasn't that a double A side?
No, I think
That one wasn't a double
no.
A. They didn't call it. Well, all I have to do is call it an A or a B. But
And every time
They
pick Paul's song for the A side and Lennon gets mad.
so Strawberry Fields was the B.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane. I
Yeah.
mean, they're both going to be great on the radio. Well, they probably figured Strawberry Fields is mammoth, but Penny Lane is a radio song.
Yeah,
and I get that.
The DJs would always play the B side back then anyway.
I get
it's
that.
the Beatles.
But them at this point, at this psychedelic point, they should have just released two separate singles and put something else on the B. Put You Don't Know My Name on the B side, which
They did that eventually.
eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Both those songs,
Yeah.
A sides for sure.
Put some all together now
Yeah.
on the B side or something.
Yeah, that rivalry, like they wanted to see who's going to write the better song for the A side, of course, So once they conquered all that, and they're in Let It Be land, they're starting to really lose the zeal. They've been there, they did it all, and I don't know.
They did it all.
Yeah.
So now we're getting into the last two tracks. Baby, You're a Rich Man. Just do it really quick. Okay. I love the galloping rhythm.
Yeah.
That bass you were talking about.
Very
It's so
cool.
loud.
The bass is so loud, and he's playing with a pick, and he's kind of like, he's almost strumming on the bass a little bit. He's doing a little bit of strumming there.
I love how Lennon's voice alternates between falsetto and then his regular voice.
And to just open the song with, how does it feel to be one of the beautiful people?
Great line.
I mean, yeah, but a great
Great
opening, Very cool.
Lennon. It's a Lennon song, but Paul came up with the chorus. So this is like the day in the life of this album, I guess you could say. I love it. This is actually one of my favorite. Well, Strawberry Fields, but probably my second favorite song on the album.
And I love that "Baby, You're a Rich Man" is the chorus, and that's kind of a silly chorus to sing. It keeps it light, even though there's some deep shit going down in the verses. Every line that John says is like, "Whoa, I need to take a break and just think about that."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's some deep John going on there, but I like that the chorus kind of balances it and keeps it rock.
Yeah. Great song.
There's every time he delivers a line too, there's like an Indian scale, something descending thing hits is it a oboe or it's kind of Indian. It's the most Indianish thing on the album, really.
And it's not even a George song.
It's not a George song.
No. Absolutely incredible.
To me, really fresh feeling song.
Mm-hmm. I've really come to appreciate the song the last couple of weeks. When we were talking about doing this album, I listened to it and I'd be like, how come I didn't realize how fucking good that song is?
Oh,
I always
it's
liked
so
it,
cool.
but
Yeah.
it's like, now it's my second favorite on the album.
Yeah,
so.
that's a great.
And again, it was only a B-side. I don't get it. But
yeah, I mean, with a chorus that bangs away like that, you'd think. But really, I mean, okay, the only songs on here that probably wouldn't be A-sides would be
Flying.
maybe Flying and Blue Jay Way, just because they're just too esoteric for Flying. It doesn't have words for people to catch on to.
So it's an instrumental? Is that what you're saying?
No, it doesn't have words. It has vocals.
Yeah.
But, all these could be A-sides.
Oh, and a lot of them were.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah.
So with All You Need Is Love, we talked a lot about that. That closes the album. Perfect album closer. I was listening to it today, and the verses remind me of like a Lennon solo song in the early 70s. It's kind of the direction he went in. But yeah, it was the anthem of the Summer of Love, 67. Did you ever hear the story about George going to Haight-Ashbury in the summer of 67?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Apparently, that's the last time he dropped acid. He had a bad experience there.
That was the last time?
Yeah, that's what I read.
I've never taken acid. I've never taken any drug ever. Some people don't believe that because I've been in bands for 30 years, but I've never really known what acid does exactly. But the first time I was around it, I was like 17, and bass player in our group, picked me up for practice, and he put on Sailing the Seas of Cheese on cassette in the car. And we're driving his Acura, I think it was an Acura, down to the practice place. And we get in there, we play a few songs, and I didn't think anything was happening. We play a few songs, and our singer looks over and goes, "Hey, Rob, are you frying right now?" And Rob just smiles like, "Yeah." So he's driving around, and we're having.
Wow, you were driving with him?
He drove us down, and he's just frying, but maybe you can fry minimally. I mean, I don't know. I've never taken a drug. What's it like, Jason? Have you taken
acid? God.
Is it cray?
I hope my family doesn't see this. Yes, I've took acid a couple times.
Yeah.
Back in the
come on.
late 90s. That's why I'm so amazed. Like, there's no way in fucking hell I'd be able to drive on acid.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But let me say this, music-wise, I don't even know how they could play or write music on acid.
Maybe he was mini dosing, bruh. Was he mini dosing, maybe?
I'll tell you one thing. Music, and this is not me promoting acid, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Music, when you're on acid.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So, for some reason, I decided, it was me and Mike Gregg from Making Crow. I decided, let's put on some Pink Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
We put on...
Of course.
Wish You Were Here album, but the song Welcome to the Machine,
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This is the only way I can describe it, and to people who've never done acid,
Mm-hmm.
this won't even make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not,
Because it's not real.
you're not listening to the song anymore. You're in the song.
You are the song.
You are walking around within the song.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, I look over at Greg, and his face looks like it's all like meat rotting and stuff. But
Like that Peter Gabriel cover.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Melty.
Yeah. But
That makes me hungry.
and then we did put on the White Album.
Yeah.
And I remember the song Julia bringing tears in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not recommended. I definitely lost some brain cells. Mushrooms was way better. No chemicals, organic, beautiful experience.
I remember some comment Ozzy made, like I took LSD for every day for like
Oh,
years
see,
straight
that's
or
the
something.
thing. No way. Twice was
Okay.
enough.
Yeah, twice was enough.
Oh man, no. I see. Maybe it was different back then. Maybe it was like low grade acid.
See, to me, I've
you
never
could function on it.
Yeah.
Not me.
To me, I've never taken a drug in my life, so I just. Does my music seem kind of psychedelic to you? Most people think a lot of people think it is, and I push for the creativity. I just never use drugs to get it. So.
Yeah. Well, you learn from the best people.
That's true.
They've done drugs for you, Peter.
Yeah, they did it. They did it for me.
Yeah. I mean, you learn from the best. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. So for me, monolithic album, just like huge album for me, and really the mood, not even just on those dark songs, but all the way through, and the flow, and it just kind of builds and builds to the end. Amazing album.
Yeah.
For me, it's got more flow than Pepper. Pepper's amazing. I know they did a lot of things they'd never done before, and each song is very special. I mean, I get it. Pepper's probably better, but I don't care if they're A's and B singles that were released months earlier. I think there's a lot of good stuff on one album here.
Because technically it is half compilation and half movie soundtrack. But damn good job of it, putting it together.
Yeah, I mean, soundtrack that a rock band made. It's not really orchestral. Obviously.
Yeah.
It's not like Yellow Submarine soundtrack where beside B you got George Martin making cartoon orchestra music, which is still fun, but it don't rock. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right, so Magical Mystery Tour. We love it. Absolutely, without a doubt. It belongs right in there with all the other classics. Yeah. Next up, I'm really excited about this one. The White Album. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a monumental undertaking.
How should we do that? I mean, how could we talk about that many songs? Well, we'll have to just talk about some songs maybe in a briefer way and really concentrate.
Yes.
On our faves, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, what is there, like 30 songs?
Yeah. Like a 3-hour video.
We are going to have another special episode for the Kiss fans out there before even that one. And we might do that one next week. You know, we'll try to squeeze in another episode before the year ends.
Mm-hmm.
But once the new year hits, it's all about White Album. And Let It Be. And Abbey Road.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we'll throw a Yellow Submarine just for fun in there. Okay, so thank you for watching. I am Jason. This is Peter. This is Any Way You Slice It. Let's do it for the people. Bye.